Hi guys, so today's video is going to be my January book haul. I went a little overboard in January and I think I bought over 20 books. Part of that was because I was doing a readathon and I didn't have enough books to read for that. I ran through all the books I was planning on reading halfway through the week. So here are the books I bought in January. Starting with Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I'm going to be doing a review of this really soon. It's by Ransom Riggs. I read this for the Better Books 9.0 readathon, and I quite liked it. Next, and I'll kind of keep them together. Sorry, I'm looking for the... I also got Hollow City, because that came out like right after I finished that one in January, which is the next in the series, and I really like this. The Mrs. Peregrines I have in softback, this is in hardback, and I really like the hardbacks of these. They're just really pretty, especially underneath. So I'm probably going to pick up Mrs. Peregrine's in hardback and regift it. And then this one I didn't buy. These are all related, so I'm just doing them together. But this was given to me by Eric at Quirk Books for review, and I'm going to be, in my Mrs. Peregrine's review, comparing the novel and the graphic novel. And this is, I have read this already. It's done by Yen Press, not by Quirk Books, but Quirk Books had a bunch to give out because they publish Mrs. Peregrine's. And it's fantastic. Like, not to give away any spoilers, so stuff just fell out. But like, the artwork is just fantastic, and just, it's a great addition to the Mrs. Peregrine's series. Sorry, I'm gonna pick up what I dropped. Whee! The problem with filming when standing is if I drop stuff, it's like all the way down on the ground. Alright, so I also picked up The Library of Unrequited Love by Sophie Divry. This is a French book and it was translated by Cyan Reynolds. Sorry, I just had to look that up. Yeah, it's a stream of thought, kind of inner monologue, soliloquy type book, which is different from what I normally read, so this was really interesting. I've already read it. I don't want to say I really enjoyed it, but it was okay. Next up, if you watch my Better Books, this will come as no surprise. The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, which I adored. The Secret History by Donna Tartt, which I also read for my Better Books, which I also really liked. I have stickies in it, and that's how you can tell I really liked a book, is if there's stuff I want to remember. Next up is a recommendation from my friend Adam, and he's been bugging me to get this for a while, is Lost Dogs by Jeff Lemire, which is a graphic novel. I've started getting into graphic novels a bit more, and the artwork's really sketchy, but the story is really moving and really, like, not adult in, like, adult way, but, like, it's really grown up, which for graphic novels I don't think is common. And next up is, I'm totally going to butcher this last name, but it's by the author of The Time Traveler's Wife, Audrey Niffenegger, and it's Raven Girl, and it's about this postman who falls in love with a raven. They have a daughter and she wants to be a raven, and it's not a graphic novel, though it was characterized as one, but it's more of a story with some pictures along the way. Like, it's more text than picture, but I quite enjoyed it. It was very different. Next up are two from the Melville Publishing House novella series, Bartleby the Scrivener by Herman Melville and The Haunted Bookshop by Christopher Morley. In my next video I open a bunch of packages, and one of them is my subscription for these, and I knew that these had come out earlier, so I wasn't going to get them anytime soon, and I really wanted to read Bartleby the Scrivener because all the talk of Melville Publishing House does about the quote, which is I prefer not to, from the book. And the Haunted Bookshop, the Haunted Bookshop just sounded really neat. And as before, I think I hauled F. Scott Fitzgerald and an Elizabeth Gaskell one in my October one. So the quotes on the back are, I can see just by looking at you that your mind is ill for lack of books, for the Haunted Bookshop, and for Bartleby, it's I prefer not to, he respectfully and slowly said, and mildly disappeared. I've already read Bartleby the Scrivener, and it was quite funny. Next up is The Language Wars, A History of Proper English by Henry Hitchings. This is like kind of a geeky book. I picked it up at Book Outlet because it was really cheap. I don't really know too much about what it is. I'm assuming it's about how English has changed over the years. Kind of something that's fun to go along with. Next up is It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini, which was really good. This book and movie are both fantastic, and I'll probably do a video on both coming soon, and I quite enjoyed this. Especially, it's really sad because he's committed suicide now. And, oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. John Green recommends that. Vlogbrothers. Yay. Next is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, which I read for my Better Books. Room by Emma Donoghue, which I read for Better Books. I'm not going to talk too much about that. The next two are The Raven Boys and the Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater in hardback, because I own these on my Kindle and I just love this series and I needed them in hardback and my chapters had it, so I just picked them up. Running out of space. Next is Neil Gaiman's Make Good Art Speech, which I bought along with the Library of Unrequited Love. I haven't really read this yet, but it's kind of different. Like, it's not a narrative, but it links to the Make Good Art Speech, which I love. Next is another Book Outlet book, and it's Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Kahn and David Levithan. I've heard a lot about this. I want to read it, which I will soon. My other book that I got is by Nicholas A. Basbanes, which is Every Book Its Reader. I've read books by him before. So I just picked this up because it was like $4 for the hardback. So I figured, why not? Another is Tell the Wolves I'm Home by Carol Rivka Brunt, and this is her debut novel, and I really like the cover. It's stunning. I read this last week. I really enjoyed it. It was really moving. It's set in the 80s and deals with AIDS and losing somebody that you love and being it's kind of a coming of age story, and I really recommend it. I'll probably do a full review at some point. Maybe I'll give it a reread and then review it. But yeah, so that is the ridiculous amount of books that I bought in January. I didn't actually count as I was going along, but I know it's over 20, and it's I need to slow down a bit. I'm spending a little bit too much money on books, but yeah. So I will be posting a video later in the week, which is an opening packages thing that I got in February. I went to the post and there was a ton of packages, and I figured, why not do an entire video on that? So I will see you guys later. Bye!